This is me now. I am standing in the opulent center of a luxury party, entirely surrounded by people, yet feeling profoundly, utterly alone. My name is Emma. I'm 17, and this polished image, this is not who I truly am. It all began when I was 8. A wealthy family adopted me. I vividly remember standing at the wrought iron gates of their mansion, convinced I had entered a fairy tale. Everything was grand, beautiful, meticulously perfect, but the fairy tale quickly soured. At school, the whispers started, "She's adopted. She's not really one of them. They only took her in for appearances." Day by day, the voices grew louder, and I felt myself shrinking into silence. So I made a devastating decision. If I could not change my origins, I would change my exterior. New hair, immaculate makeup, designer clothing, contact lenses. I would become the precise thing they expected, perfect, polished, and ultimately acceptable. In that transformation, I became someone else. Beautiful, flawless, and profoundly fake. I wore that mask with such skill that eventually I forgot there was a real person struggling underneath. Every morning was a ritual. Review the social rules, scrutinize my appearance, ensure every detail was flawless. I dictated how I should sit, how I should walk, how I should smile. I coached myself on how to be fake to secure my place. I joined the popular clique, the mean girls. We wielded power. We dictated status. But every time we inflicted pain on someone, a vital piece of my authentic self died. There were small transgressions. After everyone left, I sometimes lingered. I would help a victim pick up their fallen books. I couldn't utter the apology aloud, but I desperately hoped they could read the guilt in my eyes. Then, one ordinary day, I saw him. Ethan. He moved through the hallways, dusted with paint stains, wearing clothes that had seen better days. Yet he possessed something I had entirely forfeited. Confidence. Genuine confidence. Not the counterfeit armor I wore. He even dared to stand up to Jack, the school bully. While everyone else instinctively retreated, Ethan remained unmoving. He was simply unafraid of external judgment. I had never witnessed such liberation. I later saw his work, a painting. It was breathtaking, vibrant with color, brimming with life, radiating freedom. Everything I was not, everything I longed to be. I wanted to speak to him, to ask him the secret of his authenticity. But fear held me captive. Fear of what my clique would say, fear of being judged and exposed. So instead of speaking, I began to follow him. I trailed him to an abandoned park. No one visited this place anymore. It was forgotten, much like I sometimes felt. Yet Ethan walked into it as if he owned the quiet, decaying space. Then I saw his project, a massive swirl of colors exploding across the brick wall. Every line was bold, every curve full of movement. Fearless, alive. It felt like he was pouring his entire soul into it. I was mesmerized. Just then, my phone vibrated. Olivia. The mean girls were looking for me. My heart seized. I had been recklessly careless. And that was the moment. Ethan turned around. We talked, genuinely talked. It wasn't the shallow pretense I was accustomed to. He asked why I had followed him. I couldn't construct a lie. I told him the raw truth. Because you're real, you're different, and I want to be different too. After that day, we continued to meet in secret in our forgotten sanctuary. He taught me about art, about the meaning of color, about seeing the world through an unrestricted lens. Then I confessed everything: the adoption, the insidious whispers, the mask I wore without fail. He offered no judgment. He simply listened, as if my messy truth was the only thing that mattered. But secrets are rarely preserved indefinitely. Olivia grew suspicious. I was arriving home late. Worse, I was smiling genuinely. She despised anything she could not completely control. I believed we had been discreet. I believed we were safe. But Olivia always knew, and when she finally found us together, I knew it was over. She forced a choice upon me, right there, right then, and I retreated to her side. I watched Ethan's face shatter. I watched the last flicker of hope extinguish in his eyes, and I remained silent. Then Olivia seized his drawings, the ones he had shown me, the ones where he had poured his heart onto the page. She tore them piece by agonizing piece while her friend laughed, and I stood there, utterly frozen. He walked away, alone, into the rain, clasping the ruined remnants of his art, and I didn't pursue him. I offered no apology. I simply let him go. That night, I cried until I physically could not breathe, because I finally grasped the terrifying truth. I hadn't just lost Ethan, I had lost myself. The real me, the girl who laughed in that forgotten park, she was gone, and I was entirely to blame. The next morning, I stared at my reflection. Without the layers of makeup, no more concealment, no more pretense. I was done being fake. I found Olivia at school and delivered my decree. I'm finished. I'm not your puppet anymore. I don't care what you think. I don't care what anyone thinks. She attempted threats, but her words finally had lost their power to wound me. I had to find him. I needed to apologize, to tell him I was scared, but that the fear was gone. Someone told me he had a small gallery showing downtown. So I ran, and there he was, standing before his painting. It was a portrait of me, my face, my smile, the real smile I only showed him. He'd painted me, the way he saw me, beautiful, free. In that moment, I realized what I had nearly destroyed. I told him everything. How terrified I was, how I mistakenly thought I needed their approval to exist, how profoundly sorry I was. My voice trembled, my hands shook, but every word was saturated with truth. And he listened. He forgave me, not because I had earned it, but because of his inherent nature, genuine, kind, and free. And in that moment, I felt it too. Freedom. I wasn't Emma, the perfect adopted daughter, or Emma, the fake popular friend. I was just me. And that, finally, was enough.